everyone, it's Lisa, and today I'm going to do a very confusing, botched up tutorial, but I'm going to try to do the look that I wore the other day. It was just hard for me to remember every shadow I used and where I used it, but I did the best that I could, and so I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you soon. The first thing that I'm going to do is use my Giorgio Armani Master Corrector, and this is the one, and this stuff just is like a miracle. It really takes away the darkness. I put it right in the dark shadow part of my eye. And you'll notice, see, I have that dark little spot there that I've had lasered and everything. It just won't go away. So I end up just having to cover it. And so I just pat in the Armani, and you will just watch that darkness disappear. It's like the best stuff ever. I don't want to ever be without it. The next thing I'm going to do is I have taken my beauty blender and I've totally soaked it with water, and then I squeeze it out, and then I squeeze it out into a washcloth or something, so it's you know, it's wet, but it's not, you know, really wet. So what I'm going to use today is this foundation, and I was sent this by Mandy. I think her YouTube name is Bambi something, I can't remember. And she just loves it, and it is the Shiseido Sun Protection. This is SPF 30, and the color is SP 60, Sun Protection 60. Now, I've noticed when you go to look this up, it is different now. I think the SPF might be different or something. I'm not sure. I'm going to order some more because I'm just loving it so much. I'm just going to, it's still the same color, so we'll see how it goes. But what I've been doing, you can tell by how dirty it is I've been taking this and then just doing a little swirl like that on the top, and then just kind of putting it, you know, placing it all over, and then starting to bounce it in like this. So you can see how that good a coverage that gives, and there's absolutely like no lines. And then I just blend it down, and that is that little amount did my entire face. Up into my hairline. Get my hair done this weekend. I cannot wait. It's nothing worse than roots. You can see that I've done my face, and you can see what good coverage it gives, but it's not, you know, heavy, and it just, I don't know what it is, it's just perfect. And because this is like, it's not waterproof, but it's water resistant foundation, it's very long wearing. I find that it looks really good still at the end of the day. Now what I've been doing for just a little bit of shine control and maybe a little bit of extra coverage, and just to set this makeup, is I've been using my Chanel Double Wear in suede. And let's see, I'm going to take my 129 and just kind of pat it on both sides, just get some on there, and just, I would just stay away from your wrinkles with this. I mean, don't get around your eyes too close, just kind of go, and I usually just brush down. I don't know if you can hear Will in there playing his computer. Okay, so there's that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over with my Guerlain Meteorites pressed powder with the 150 brush, and this is the beige. There's a rose and I've got the beige. And so I just go over all the different colors. And this just gives you that soft focus. Okay, and I'm going to go right now and get my blush. The other day I used the xoxo blush, and this was from the, I cannot even remember what collection this was from, the Solar something, I can't remember, but this is a good blush because it's almost like a bronzer, and a blush combined. It looks really dark and scary, but it ends up being a good, just all around good blush. So you want to put this not under your cheekbone, not above it, but kind of just like right on it. And you don't want to put, just don't make the area too big. I think the biggest mistake that I have made, and a lot of women make, is you use too big of a brush, and then it ends up making your whole cheek, you know, just like little girls or something, you know, making your whole cheek like you got slapped or something, you know, really pink. And that, you know, glow from the Guerlain powder is just going to come through on the top. And so there you go. So there is the face, and I'm not going to use the Fix Plus. I'm trying to not not use that unless I really have to. Like a lot of times with the mineral makeup, I'll have to use that, because when you're putting just, you know, pure powder on your face, a lot of times you might want to set it. Or with the Laura Mercier, I like to do the Fix Plus because it kind of just combines everything I've put on and makes it as one. So there's that. Then the next thing I'm going to use is the Painterly Paint Pot. And Tammy and I have been talking about this, the wheat. For some reason lately, the wheat, I haven't noticed it as much with the linen, but the Laura Mercier Wheat Eye Basics has not been working as good for me lately. So I've kind of gone back to Painterly. And so you can see my eyelids have gotten so much better since I haven't been using the Latisse. They're not as dark. Now I'm using the Obagi Elastalash, and I've liked that. So first thing I'll do is go in and just even out my skin tone on my eyes. And I did put some underneath my eyes too, just to, you know, get that all, get a perfect canvas. Sorry, I still have just stuff. It's terrible. Like that. I guess it's just from allergies, but just been a bad allergy year. So then I went in with the Groundwork Paint Pot, which is a beautiful shadow just on its own. And it's just a taupey, pretty brown, not too shimmery. It's just a good color. And just do like you would an eyeshadow. Just go on your lid and then go up into the crease some. And go right on that. You can see how my bone goes, you know, really turns over like that. So I have to make myself go over that bone a little bit, like that. Okay, so just carry it almost all the way up to your brow. Like that. And that gives you a good, just kind of warm base to work with. And it's kind of, you know, from here on it's kind of foolproof because you've already got that dimension, you know, with your eyes. Brush a lot more lately. It is the MAC 227. And I've also been using my MAC colors a little bit more because I've got these Z palettes up in my clear cube, and I got these from Rosenlieb, from Kirsten, and I love these. They are so nice. And so it's so funny when I have to write down what shadows I've used. When you have these open, it's like, I don't know, you feel like Picasso mixed with a little bit of Pixie Woo, because you're just like, you know, you can dab into each one. And so that's what I've been doing. So these are a lot of my favorite browns and just, you know, shimmery inner corner colors. And so what I've been starting off with is, and these just are so nice, it's All That Glitters. So I take this all over this brush and just kind of put it all over my lid, like that. And it just is such a pretty color. This is one, I need to do a MAC, like 20 things from MAC that I think everybody should have, because MAC is one of those brands I'm kind of over all those collections, and their lipsticks really aren't my favorite, but there are some things that are really, I think everybody should have. So, and I think All That Glitters is one of them. And Painterly Paint Pot. So there you go, that's the first color. And then I took a little bit of Woodwinked, which is another good color, and I put that right on my lid just to give that just a little bit more gold. This is where it's going to get sketchy at me remembering what I did. I think that's all I used this brush for. Then I took, I love these Louise Young brushes, are probably my favorite. I can't remember what number, but they're both, here's another one. They're both the long, thin ones. They're just the perfect balance of fluffy, but not too big. Like the 224 is just too big. It just covers too big of an area. So I'm going to take a little bit of the, I think this is Bisque. Roll my brush in it. And I'm going to just, you know, polish up that edge right there. So it isn't going to be a jump out at you highlight. But the color I used the other day in the crease was this Mold Cider. And it was in the, I can't remember what collection it came out last year. I did that on my brush and then just run that right into the crease and out a little bit. Go outside a little bit. Like that. And then this is where I've been doing something a little different, and I've really been liking it, is with a brown eye like this and bronzy and everything, I've been taking Graphology, which is a dark, beautiful eggplant matte, I think it's matte, yeah, matte color, and I've been using this a lot with Scene, which I'm not sure what formula Scene is, but it's a beautiful grayish. What I've been doing is taking a little bit of the Scene with a little dab of the Graphology and then just going right at the lash line. And putting a little bit of that dark color right there just to give it some dimension. Like that. And then I've been taking just a dab of the Graphology and then kind of swinging it to the crease and then back down. Like that. You can see how precise these brushes are. Pin Curl, which is another limited edition. I'm sorry, it's kind of like a, I think a lot of these are probably available on All Cosmetics Wholesale, but it's like a duochrome. It's got a little bit of gray and all kinds of colors in it. And I've just been putting a little bit of this right there. Like that. So, and then I'm going to take a little bit more of Bisque and try to blend that down a little bit. Like that. Brulee. Did I say Bisque? I meant Brulee. So there's that. And then I'm going to get a liner brush and go into the Graphology and line my lids. Like that. You can see how my eyes naturally shade down. The way I try to compensate for that is I take my, instead of doing my wing way down here where my eye goes down, I do it a little bit before, like right here. And then just work that down and across. Like that with my liner. Floof, that's another one of my favorite colors for like the inner corner. Just a brightener. And then I took a little bit of scene. Okay, then to just darken at the lashes, I took my Sonia Kashuk, this little pointed liner brush, and then just go right down at the lashes like that. So that you're not covering up your shadows. Was a darker look for me. I used a little bit of my Fling eyebrow pencil, which I've not done in a long time, just to kind of fill in right here where my eyebrows are just a little bit more sparse. Like that. The Sonia Kashuk little brush right here and brush them out so it doesn't have any harsh lines with my Kate Blonde Brow Gel. Like that. And it looks so dark now that it's scaring me. And then I'm going to put my mascara on and I'll be right back. Next thing I'm going to do is put on my Hourglass concealer, and I usually always wait. This is usually the very last thing I do, but I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. And I'll just go right down into that shadow and pat it. Basically, same place I went with the corrector. This is just what gives the brightness. I can pretty much do this without looking, because it's right on that bone. You don't want to go up to your lash line. You just want to go right in that shadow. You'll notice I put a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes too. So I'm going to be right back with the lips. Okay, so the first lip liner I'm going to use is not going to be the Jenna Kim. Okay, so the first lip liner I'm going to use is the Rouge Bunny Rouge Roald, and that is because, and I've put my mirror up, so I'm going to try to do it in the, just go right on your lash, not your lash line, your lip line. And that's basically what I'm using this color for, is it really helps define your lip line, but very naturally. That sounded silly. We are going with, John went with his mom to church, and she lives about an hour away. So I am going with, I'm taking my two kids, I'm going with my parents to see my grandmother in the nursing home. Today is her birthday and Mother's Day. So, and they just called and said they're ready to go right now. So that's why I'm a little out of sorts here. Let's see, and this is the Chanel Peach. And so I kind of went back over, because I didn't want it to be too blue based for the color of the glosser I'm going to use. So I kind of went over that with the peach. I certainly don't expect you guys to do any of this. But I do crazy stuff like this all the time. Okay, and I filled in my lips with a peach too. Which I need to sharpen my peach. Just par for the course today. And let's see, and then I used the 126 Glossamer, which I believe is Silex. And let me use this. Looking like a big glob of silex on your mouth. Then I believe that is it. I think I might have put a little bit more gray on my eyes last Friday. I think this time I might have put a little bit more graphology, but you get the idea. The finished look. Now I need to go put on my jewelry and my shoes and everything and go visit my grandmother. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Mother's Day, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.